What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So in today's video, we will be doing another play-in tournament breakdown. This is for the New Orleans Pelicans and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, if you guys didn't know, the New Orleans Pelicans are the 9th seed, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are the 10th seed in the Western Conference. So, with that being said, in this play-in tournament breakdown, I will pretty much just go over a couple of things. The first one will be their previous games against each other, which team won, which team lost, and then we will take a look at their stats since these teams haven't made too many trades over the trade deadline. Last but not least, I will just give my thoughts on which team I feel like will win, which team I feel like will lose, and what should be the game plan for these teams coming into these games. But hey, without further ado, let's switch over and let's get right into it. Alright, we all switched over, and as you guys know, I always like to show you guys the conference so that y'all can see it. And as y'all can see, the New Orleans Pelicans, they're right here, 9th seed, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're right here, the 10th seed. Now, let's take a look at the New Orleans Pelicans schedule. So, here's the schedule, as you guys can see, and we will be scrolling down until we see the OKC Thunder. So let's scroll down. Let's take a look. Let's see when they met up. All right, so I already found the first game, and in this game it was fairly close. The score was 105-101, and they ended up winning against them. This was on November 28th. Let's keep scrolling down until we see the second game. All right, so second game, they won again, and this one went to OT, so it was also fairly close, as we could see. So currently they are 2-0 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And like I said, both of these games were very close. Let's scroll down, let's take a look. Let's see if we can find the third game. All right, so we found the third game, and they won yet again. And this was also a very close game. It was 103-101, as we could see. So, man, it seems like they definitely have the Oklahoma City Thunder's number, but there is some room for question, because as we could see in their fourth game against each other, and I believe this was their final game, they actually lost. They actually lost against them. They lost 110-96. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won one game out of the 4 games that these teams had. So, man, that's definitely kind of scary if you are the Oklahoma City Thunder. But we do have to note that both of these games most of the games were very close. The only game that wasn't close was the game that the Oklahoma City Thunder actually won. And due to that, I do want to take a look at it just to see what exactly happened with this game, since this one was more of a blowout. All right, so it looks like they had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this game, and that may have been the big difference. I know SGA, he was hurt most of the season, so that's definitely something to note. Did the New Orleans Pelicans have Brandon Ingram? Let's take a look. Man. We really getting into the nitty-gritty when it comes to this game, because this game is one of the outliers where it wasn't a very close game. So let's definitely take a look. Looks like they didn't have. Yeah, it looks like they didn't have my boy Brandon Ingram. I'm assuming he was injured during this game. So that definitely makes a big difference when it comes to these games. And let's just take a look at the stats, man. Let's take a look at the stats for both of these teams. So As we can see, we are on the New Orleans Pelicans stats and roster. Shout out to Basketball Reference. And for the 2022-2023 season, the New Orleans Pelicans, they were 15th when it came to points per game. In opponents' points per game, they were 9th. So they were top 10 in opponents' points per game, but they were dead in the middle when it came to their points per game. When it came to the offense, they were 21st out of 30, so they were bottom 10 when it came to their offense, but they were 6th when it came to their defense, which is great to see. So they are a pretty good defensive team, but offensively, they can, definitely improve. Now, let's switch over to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's take a look at theirs. So, for the Oklahoma City Thunder in the 2022-2023 NBA season, they were 5th when it came to points per game. So, they're top 10 in that. And when it came to opponents' points per game, they were 19th out of 30. So, they're around that middle area. No. For their offensive rating, they were 13th out of 30. So, they weren't top 10. And when it came to their defensive rating, they were 14th out of 30. So, once again, they weren't top 10. They were around the middle when it came to their offense and defense. Something I definitely want to note is this right here, their pace. Their pace is 6th out of 30. So that does mean that they do get up and down the court. They do shoot a lot of shots. Let's take a look at the Pelicans' pace. Their pace is 14th. So they're around the middle of the pack. So that's something we do want to note as well. The final things that I do want to note is just their three-point shooting. Let's scroll down and take a look at that. So here we go. This is where we have their field goal percentages and the league ranks when it comes to that. So when it comes to the New Orleans Pelicans, they are 29th when it comes to three-point attempts. So they don't really shoot a lot of threes. They're literally almost dead last when it comes to three-point attempts. But they're middle of the pack when it comes to three-point shooting. Let's take a look at the opposing team. And before I do that, as we can see, when it comes to just rebounds and things of that nature, they're around 13 when it comes to rebounds, so middle of the pack, assists, almost top 10, but number 2 in steals, so they do get a lot of steals. So that's definitely something to note. But let's switch over to Oklahoma City. Let's take a look at that. All right, so Oklahoma City, we're going to do the same thing. And with the Oklahoma City Thunder, when it comes to three-point attempts, they're 12th. So they're almost top 10. Three-point percentage, 17th. So they're a little below the top 15. Let's see what else we got here. Free throw attempts, 14th. Free throw percentage, 6th. So they do shoot free throws very well. Steals, they're 4th. So nice when it comes to that. And let's just close this one out, man. Let's just close this one out. So for this game, who do I feel like will win? It's very hard to judge, man. It really is. If Zion does come back, I got Pelicans. And the reason I'm saying if Zion comes back is because, as you guys know, I did break that one. I did break the news about a week or two ago that Zion has been practicing and it was looking forward to coming back. So if Zion comes back, I got the Pelicans. But if he doesn't come back, this is literally one of those games where either team could win. It's literally a 50-50 in my honest opinion. As we've seen with all the previous games, all of them were close. And with that being said, it's like, I don't know, man. All of them was close, man. They all were within 3 points every game. So it's really hard to judge, but I'm going to put my money on the Pelicans just because I feel like they do have the closer with Brandon Ingram. I feel like he would be that player that would bring, the New Orleans Pelicans that dub, to be honest, when things get close like they did multiple times in multiple games of this season. So I feel like that's really the deciding factor. If I was to say things that the New Orleans Pelicans should try to avoid is don't turn over the ball. Whichever team doesn't turn over the ball too much, they will win, because both of these teams, they do get up and down the court, especially the Oklahoma City Thunder. So definitely don't turn over the ball if you are the New Orleans Pelicans. Also, another thing I would say is for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the way that these guys win, I would say, is just to pressure the pressure the paint. Definitely pressure the paint. And I would say it really just depends on SGA. If he is playing, he needs to play like a star for this team to actually win the game. I love to see Giddey breaking down the defense. Lou Dort, you got to play exemplary defense on CJ McCollum. And if those things happen, I feel like they got a great opportunity to win. But, hey, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And I'm out. Peace.